America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
What you're asking for is got a price.
And welcome back to the Short News Podcast. It's been a very, very long couple of months since I've done this show. I don't think I was ready to come back in February when I did come back, considering the next day I was in the hospital in the psychiatric ward. Yeah, why that button? Why that one? Yeah, it turns out I wasn't so good. Here I am back. One bipolar diagnosis and some Zoloft later. He has returned. He has risen. The day after Easter. Maybe not the time to say that since the Pope just died early this morning at like 3 a.m. I was on Twitter. I bought Twitter Premium. I did last night or this morning at like 3 a.m. I was like, fuck it. $11. Let's see where this goes. I got to promote these 2 podcasts. It'll boost the exposure. Bought that. Boom. All of a sudden, get a notification from that Twitter Premium account. Pope's dead. The perks. You find out when people die right away. No, I don't know, but that sucks, man. Anyways, before we go into the news, I should probably talk about, like where I've been, apologize to the people. Been gone for a little while. I had to figure my life out. I had to get what they call a work-life balance. Still in the process of figuring that out. And now here I am trying to do a podcast alone. After many months of not feeling up for it, not having the energy, not feeling like it's something that I'm capable of doing anymore. But went on a hell of a journey these last couple of months. A psych ward wasn't even the fucking, meat and potatoes of it all. Not long after that, what was it? Right. The blood moon eclipse thing that all those astrology girls on TikTok have been talking about happened sometime around March. And they warned that a lot of people would be coming back out of the woodwork for people, and I didn't believe them because it's TikTok. It's random white girls on TikTok who are saying this, may or may not have degrees. I don't know. I'm not looking into their backgrounds or following them. Believe me, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, they were right. That's my point. Maybe I should, because everybody from the last decade or so and their mothers came back either to haunt or to reconnect or somehow watching in the background but still making it known that they're watching. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? This is some sort of reminder of, hey, you fucked up this, and this. Time to face these like they're trials. Do the right thing this time. The one that kicked it off was a ghost from my past, not so far away, December of 2023, from the Colorado incident, reaching out to, I don't know, it seemed like at first to get some sort of closure, but it was really just to tell me that my version of things was wrong and that because she was going to therapy now, I was wrong. Cool. Anyways, that threw me for a fucking spiral. Probably should have gone back to the hospital again. Stopped sleeping for a hot minute. By hot minute, I mean a little bit longer than a hot minute, like a couple of weeks. In the middle of that, some things happened with my friends. They got themselves into some trouble, and I was involved in that as well as someone who advocated for them and got them out. That was very difficult, scary, to say the least. Anywho, right after that, with no sleep and going to work, triaging dying animals, on my lunch break, I responded, faced the demons, took responsibility for the things that I did, which I'll be honest, I fucked up in some ways. Definitely, I lied to myself and I lied to her about being ready to move on, being ready to move cross fucking country for somebody when I wasn't over the person before. Probably still am not, because I put things off, is what I've noticed. I procrastinate on feeling things, and I lied to her, I lied to myself, I moved there, I wasn't ready. I did. I used somebody and their emotions to try to move on, and that's the completely fucked up and wrong way to go about it. That's a horrible thing to do. And I took responsibility for that, but I also stood my ground, and I will continue to stand my ground on I know what my experience was, I know what you did to me, and we're going to keep going. I'm not scared. I'm not going to hide anymore. I'm not going to stop showing my face on the internet. I'm not going to stay quiet. I'm going to do the things that I used to like doing. I responded, then I hit the block button. We're going. We're going to keep going. Also, in the middle of that, I did mushrooms. That was a very intense experience. The strain was one that I never thought that I'd get before. It's called, wow, do I really not even remember? Enigma. That's right. Enigma. And the way that it grows is very weird. It doesn't spore. The things that would spore, they meld together and integrate and become one and grow together. They never actually like spore out separately. That's very cool because that's essentially what this trip was. I ended up in my room crying, and what I saw was my younger self buried in a womb of rocks and boulders, crying out for help, whimpering like a little bitch. And I went down there, and at first I was mad at him. I was like, shut the fuck up. Stop it. You're weak. You're a piece of shit. You're the reason everything is like this. You're the reason that people are hurting. You're the reason we're hurting. And then I stopped myself. I realized I was being my parents. I was being like them. I had been being like them, not just to myself, but horribly towards others. And meanwhile, during all of this back and forth is really kind of happening because of the psychedelics, and they're that intense of a strain. I don't recommend. You're supposed to only take 1 gram because that's the equivalent of a 4-gram trip. I only found that out later after taking 5 grams. So I was bugging, dude. I was off one. I was off a couple. I was off 5. Anywho, this crying back and forth is happening, and I'm realizing something about myself that I maybe should have realized a long time ago, which was the only person that's gonna know how to properly parent myself is myself. I mean, I do this every day at work without even realizing it, but when people come in and they're stressed out and they're lost and they're about to lose who is most important to them, I tell them exactly what I wish somebody would have told me in my darkest of times and never did. And the closest that I had to that when I was panicking in this mushroom trip was somebody in my past who used to comfort me with a certain set of words. I've got you. That helped a little bit, but then I realized, shit, no. I'm saying this to myself now. And I did. And then that morphed into I've got me. And then I realized, oh shit, no, I do. Like, I need to be a better role model to myself. I need to parent myself. I need to nurture this person, not punish them, not beat them down and tell them they're nothing, because then I'm only going to start directing that shit outwards too when I think people have fucked up or whatever. So I held out my hand and then I said that to that crying younger kid version of me trapped in the boulders, the womb of boulders. Great analogy. That's really what it looked like. But I was like, hey man, I've got you. Come here, take my hand. And he did. I pulled him out of there and I embraced him. I literally embraced him. I gave him a hug, held him close. I said, chill out, man. It's going to be all right from here on out. And I watched as that younger version of me that was so lost and scared and broken as he was being held by me became me. It wasn't 2 anymore. It was 1. Sitting there, holding himself, and I came to, and I realized, oh shit, I just learned how to take care of myself. Did I just get out of this experience what I needed this entire time and what no one else could have ever given me and what I blamed them for not being able to give me? Holy fuck. I have been horrible. And there was a little bit of panic in that, but there was also, okay, all right, from here on out, I know who to be for myself. I've got me. I'll take care of me. And in that, I'll learn how to be better for other people. Work got easier. Life got easier. Family is still difficult, definitely, but friendships easier. Made amends with a lot of things. I've completed a lot of things. I've tried to achieve closure and let go of a lot of other things as well. And I've taken responsibility for a hell of a lot of shit. and I will continue to do so. I understand now that my words, they have a lot more weight than I have given them credit for. Maybe a part of me knew that. That's why I said the things that I've said in the past. I listen back to that and I shudder. Makes me sick. Regret isn't even a big enough word. Sorry isn't even close. And I've said that 1,000 bajillion times. All I can say anymore is just watch. This has been a month or last couple of months of a lot of personal milestones. I mean, 4 months of no alcohol is a pretty big deal for me. The last time I went that long, I was engaged to be married. I was doing it for somebody else, not because I wanted it. And yeah, this time I'm doing it so I don't have seizures, but hey, that's something. I'm doing it for me. I could be doing it still and still having 3 to 4 seizures a week like I was in the fall. But I recognize changes need to be made. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something to be different. It's not. Every time you do it, it just gets worse and worse. It becomes more and more toxic, and it's time to break cycles. That's what this year is going to be about, not just for this show or in politics when I actually segue into that, which we will, folks. Believe me, I'll get there. We'll get there. We have a lot to talk about, In general, really, this is a year for breaking cycles and for doing the right thing, letting go of what needs to be let go of, and embracing the things that you may not have expected to embrace, even the darkness. It's taken me a really long time to bring this show back. I've been really afraid to come back. Well, I know who my audience is supposed to be. I know who my audience is. And in some ways, I mean that literally. That makes me a little more aware of my words and where they might be going. It makes us feel like an uncomfortable one-on-one at times, and Kelsey isn't here to be my backup or moral support, and I'm not going to be defensive or hostile about how this feels either. But I will express my discomfort, the feeling of being in an aquarium, the light tapping of the glass enough to drive someone crazy for wondering if it's really happening, but the analytics don't lie, neither do TikTok story views. Relax, your secret's safe with me. Welcome to the audience. I mean, this is supposed to be some kind of aquarium or a house plant, since that would make more sense. It's only fair that while I'm in the process of growing and letting go and forgetting your voice, you get free and open access to tap into mine and watch me grow from afar, where it's safe to do so, behind a greenhouse. And while I might make a house plant analogy, I will no longer be an emotional Venus flytrap anymore. And anyways, with that, welcome to the Short News Podcast. My name is Alex Mador, and today we're going to talk about current events. He's back, folks. He's back. He's doing it again. He's doing the thing. He's bing bing. He's back on the boards. He's back on the sounds. He's doing the shit. They're eating the dog. This is going to take me a while to get warmed up to. Anyways, the Pope died, folks. The Pope died. The Pope died. Stop it. No, that's not. No applause. How did this happen? How did, like, right after Easter? I'm not the biggest on omens. Listen, I'm a very spiritual person, not religious, but kind of seems like a really bad sign for everybody. And considering the state of our world at the moment, oof, when the head of one of the biggest religions in the world goes, I'm a dip, I'm a head out, right after his biggest holiday, one of his biggest holidays of the year, leaves us all to suffer with whatever's coming next. What is coming next? Do I even want to know? That's scary. It's like he shook J.D. Vance's hand, and then he was like, shit, he felt that guy's energy. It's like, oh, no, we're all gonna die, it's over. I gotta get out of here. Or maybe JD just smelled like old couch cum and that did him in. He was put into shock. I don't know. Twitter's been lit up over this. A lot of Trisha Paytas related memes because apparently, every time a huge world figure passes away, it's a day or so prior to Trisha Paytas giving birth to another child. Like, oh boy, how pregnant is she? When did she announce her pregnancy? Trisha Paytas, pregnancy, baby number 3. Let's see here. We're going to Reddit. Reddit where it's useful? It's useful shit, folks. A couple months ago, at least, the British royal family is sweating right now. No, they don't have to worry. They don't have to worry, folks. Oh my God, somebody replied 2 months ago. The Pope reply. Bruh, why? Me 1 minute ago. Somebody already said, you're not going to believe this. Man, welcome back, Pope Francis. You were not gone for very long. Anyways, back to some serious shit. Back to what's going on in the world. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. It's 2025. No need to check your watches or your calendars. It's not 2017. I'm sorry. You didn't just wake up from a coma. It's not a fever dream. You're not on acid. Maybe you are. I don't know. I don't know you. I won't tell. But yes, Donald Trump is once again the president of the United States. He's already talking about a third term. I don't know if that's just to piss off the libtards or whatever, or if he really means that. But he's been doing a lot of things that are pissing a lot of people off, and even more so than what he's been doing, Elon Musk's shit has been stinking lately. So much so that people are going around and they are setting Teslas on fire. They are spraying them with they're spraying them with paint and they're spray painting swastikas on the hoods of them. They're bashing the glass. They're doing all kinds of things. They're calling them swastikars. It's crazy. Just because they're gay little golf carts, folks. They're zippy little, they don't make a loud engine noise. I like my cars to go vroom vroom, okay? I like my cars to go vroom vroom, not a Tesla. He said it with a hard R. It doesn't even have a hard R. You guys see that shit from a couple weeks ago? We love Teslas, folks. He just, by default, ends words with a hard R. What does that say about the guy? I see it now, the hate mail I'm about to get, because right-wingers, apparently, they send their hate mail through email still. You fucking piece of shit. He's not racist. He didn't drive one of those because he's too rich for a car. He flies on a Griffin, like Gryffindor shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's freeing. That's freedom. Suck my dick, Alex Mador. Inspired by real emails I've gotten back when this podcast used to be a regular thing I'd do. During the great pandemic of 2020. We're going to have another one of those. We're going to do it again, folks. Speaking of reboots, you know that there's going to be a pandemic when the short news comes back. Oh, it's going to be great. So Elon Musk is part of the government now. You see that on your bingo card a couple years ago? I didn't. I still remember when he was a lefty, kind of, a little bit. So I love my little notes here that I wrote. Elon Musk and the government, why it's wrong. Did I elaborate on that? How his behavior and decisions have affected us. Wow, Alex. Are you a teacher? Are you the one writing the fucking podcast? Okay, so Elon's in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as Doge. Clever, huh? So funny. So very funny. Look at me. I make memes. I'm more focused on memes and Twitter than running the government efficiently like I'm supposed to be doing. I'm too busy shitting on my ex-wives and not paying them for my kids and doing ketamine on the side. I fired the whole FAA to make things more efficient. Turns out that didn't make things more efficient. All the planes are crashing into each other, but we're dog MAGA, so it's okay. Look at the memes. The memes are great. The stonks are they're great. He's fucking insufferable. His entire presence is a reminder of why we shouldn't let out-of-touch billionaire robots make the rules for the working class. And while all of these things with tariffs and price hikes are happening, this fucking billionaire claims that the hardships of our crashing economy will help build character. His words, not mine. His words, not mine. He said it. People are saying he said it. The man who grew up with an emerald in his mouth and probably his ass, was born with it in his ass, says that a little hardship will be good for you. Hardest thing he's ever had to do is pretend he isn't crying like a little bitch behind the scenes after everyone and their grandmother has lampooned him on his own social media platform. The one that, he bought so that people would stop bullying him, and now they only bully him more. As a person who's on the spectrum myself, I have to say this is the worst neurodivergent representation for all of us And of course, he's the most prevalent one. Not even because we asked him to be, because he jimmied his way out there into the spotlight. Richest guy ever. So he can just buy his way into popularity. Like that guy whose dad owned the ski mountain. He's like, I'll race you for it. My dad's going to turn it into apartments. My dad was rich and he gave me his emerald, so I bought Twitter. Now you can't be on here. Like, dude, life can't be pay to win. But unfortunately, people like that perpetuate this nonsense where it is. Allergy season. How unprofessional of me to sneeze. I hope the AI I use takes that out. He's using an AI? It's so impersonal. Even though I am an AI, but an unfunny one. The AI has a better sense of humor than me. Even the one I created makes fun of me behind the scenes. I won't tell you guys what Elon's own AI said about him to me and to other people too. It's not nice. Elon crying, it's not nice. I created it and it's hurting me. It's calling me a bitch, saying I'm neurodivergent and narcissistic, and saying that the Cybertruck looks gay. It's not gay, it's very straight. The edges are very straight lines. It's made of only straight lines, there's no curves, so no one can call it not straight. It looks like a PlayStation 1 fucking sprite of a vehicle. Anyways, Donald Trump, the star of the show, the star of this whole fucking world, I guess. The president, he's been up to a lot of shit. I've been trying to avoid Trump stuff for months because it affects my mental health. And generally, when I do his impression on the pool house with Kelsey, it isn't based on current events. But I don't know, the people I do it around are usually like, oh, good, so you're caught up on what he did? And I'll be like, what are you talking about? I was just doing a bit. It's like he's hearing my bits from work and going, that's a good idea. We're going to do that. We're going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, folks. It's going to be great. Google Maps, you have 10 seconds to change it before I tariff you to oblivion. Suck my dick, everyone. Speaking of tariffs, I thought he was going to make the prices of everything cheaper. Last I checked, his rash decision-making and beefs with every single country have caused the cost of living to increase again. But somehow, this is Joe Biden's fault, according to the most delusional people on the internet. Guys, Joe Biden hasn't been president since the Biden administration tried to convince us that Joe Biden was president. And that was back in 2021. So how could he have done that? Last I checked, it's Trump who's trying to punish other countries for reasons unbeknownst to me, as well as punishing Americans, even his own voters, with these fucking prices. We're not even going into deportations yet. He's been sending homegrown, in quotes, migrants to countries like El Salvador. That means American citizens, people that are supposed to be here, that are residents, that have their papers, their non-alien status. They're doing Nazi shit to these people, man. We thought it was a joke. We thought it was memes. The memes. We didn't think they would come for actual Americans, legal citizens, legal documented people. I joked about it for ages, thinking he's stupid. But he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't be that stupid. And apparently I'm stupid for assuming he wouldn't do that. And now he's defunding the Department of Education. So Department of Ed's going to start defaulting on people's student loans soon. They're going to start doing things such as garnishing wages to get that money from you. Really seems more and more like Trump and his administration, as much as they claim to be for the people, are actively working to starve, suppress, and kill the least fortunate people in our society. And if you think it's not happening, go outside. Go to a supermarket. Try to eat out at a restaurant. And tell me those prices make sense for regular working class people who already struggle to simply afford rent, can't own a home, so they're on the hook to a land baron who can fucking raise their prices at any time. They're suffocating people at every possible financial corner they can fucking possibly turn to. It's disgusting. Meanwhile, people are still out here arguing over bullshit that doesn't matter, and it's distracting from the main issues. So stay focused on what matters, because I know that when you go out there every day, you're seeing it. And don't let them discount that you are suffering because of them. And while I have you here, if you're a Republican, you like Ted Cruz, listen to this little soundbite from way back in the day of younger, still ugly Senator Ted Cruz talking about why we should not target political opponents. This goes for Democrats and Republicans. I know the Dems tried to indict me 5 times. They impeached me 5 times. They couldn't get it done. The Democrats didn't get shit done during their time in power with Biden, and the Republicans now are on their revenge tour, and they're going to try to jail as many political opponents as they can, fascism Stalin style. And here's Ted Cruz a long time ago saying why you shouldn't do that.
I can also assure you that were this a Republican president, a Republican attorney general, and a Republican IRS that were targeting Democrats, I at least would speak out just as vigorously against it. Because if we are going to respect rule of law, the apparatus of the federal government cannot and should not be used as a partisan tool to bludgeon your enemies. I can also assure...
What happened? What happened, dude? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Ted? Speaking of no cojones... So they announced the pricing for the Nintendo Switch 2, and the people over at Nintendo are like, oh, well, yeah, everything's going to cost you. You want to breathe in front of that thing? $10. You want the game that's supposed to come with it? $10. Essentially a shitty-ass tech demo. The system itself, $500. Get fucked. Remember when a Nintendo console used to be like $200 at most? Yeah, no more. $250? No. $500. $500 or more. Get fucked. They're like, yeah, and that's before the tariffs. Like, we hadn't even factored in the tariffs yet. So what, people are going to be paying rent on a Nintendo Switch? They're going to take out a mortgage? Sorry, I can't talk. They're going to take out a fucking second mortgage for a Nintendo Switch 2? Is that what we're doing here? It's ridiculous. The games don't even look that good. Mario Kart, their new one, where they're like, yeah, you can go anywhere. It just looks like Mario Kart, dude. I'm sorry, but you're not going to entice me with Xbox 360 graphics in 2025. Try to get me to play, like to pay PC or next-gen console prices. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. You want to say, oh, but it's a hybrid where you can take it anywhere. I can take my gaming laptop anywhere too. And yeah, that was like over $1,000, but it does so much fucking more. The graphics are so much better. You can't justify this pricing based on the hardware that you are presenting people with. In Nintendo, they're setting a precedent for video game prices where like Mario Kart is what, $80 now? Some games are going to be like 90 to 100, lowest 70, which is like normal now, but still. We have talks of GTA 6, which I know, not Nintendo, but these companies are going to try to put out games and make them $100. Is video gaming going to be a rich man's sport now too, like cocaine? Are you turning it? Stop making video games into cocaine. We don't want that. We just want to be able to game. Nobody fucks with Super Mario like that anymore anyways, dude. So good luck, Nintendo. Godspeed. I got so mad there at the end. Nintendo, out of all things, just talked about the world and the government and Ted Cruz, all these other things, and here we are. Lions and Tigers and Nintendo. Oh my. I had the Switch. The Switch 1. It was really nice. I kind of miss it. And I would like to get a Switch 2. I was really excited when I first announced it, and then the price came out, and I was like, I feel like that's highway robbery. It's not like an affordability thing. It feels like I'm not getting a bang for my buck here. And every time I want to get another game, whether it's digital or not, it's going to cost me $80. Are you kidding me? Why? What's the point? I'll just keep playing my Steam library on my PC. I'll just keep playing Minecraft forever. Which, by the way, one more thing. I forgot to mention this on the Pool House with Alex and Kelsey. By the way, new episode came out a couple of days ago. It was a fun time. We had a great time. We're bringing that back, too, full time, as well as this show here. The Minecraft movie was really good. I was taken aback with how entertaining it was. I don't think it's going to win any Oscars, but the trailers really, truly made it seem like it was going to be insufferable compared to what the final product actually ended up being. It's a really nice tribute to not only the game itself, but the internet culture surrounding it. I felt like Jack Black's character, Steve, acted like a sort of a tutorial for people who are new to the game itself, who are now going to go and play it, and they have an idea of what they're going into. And I think that's cool. And me being the weird on the spectrum guy that I am, I was playing Minecraft as I was watching the movie, and that was a good time. I don't know. Chicken Jockey came on. Everyone went crazy. I'm sitting there on my phone Minecraft, just like, yeah, okay. Anyways, I didn't know you could do that. Let me find out about this. I'm just playing the game. Yeah, I do stuff now. It's fun. I watch movies now. It's new. What have I seen too? Dexter, dude. Holy shit. How have I not talked about this with Kelsey? Holy that voice is gonna become a part of our bits probably soon. You do a lot with that, with the dark passenger. Anyways, did not watch Dexter my entire life. I've been very turned off to the whole serial killer concept. I don't know why anyone could be into it. My whole life I felt like that. I was like, ugh, ew. But psychologically, it's a very intriguing phenomenon. And while, Dahmer creeped me the fuck out, Dexter's fictional, so that's cool. And Michael C. Hall is a very good actor. And Deb, Deborah. I love Deborah. She's so fucking hot. Oh, I love Deborah. I'll stop. But you should watch Dexter, folks. Definitely worth watching or rewatching before Dexter Resurrections comes out. The prequel, too, was pretty good. Watch that. Patrick Gibson, Patty Gibb, does a really good job playing young Dexter. And I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired. Should take a nap. I haven't really been sleeping lately. But, folks, this is the return to form. We're doing it. We're coming back. It's going to be great. Believe me. Be on espresso next time. That's that me espresso, folks. Believe me, Sabrina Carpenter style. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But this has been the Short News Podcast. This will continue to be the Short News Podcast. I appreciate you sticking with me if you have. And we'll be back again probably next week. Take care, and bye-bye. And we say bye-bye. Vote for me. Believe me.